What's going on, guys? Gilly here, talking about Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, day 2. So, yesterday I did a little 18-minute cut that didn't record, so I'm back to just, have a little closer look see on the GROM campaign and share it on YouTube. So far, we cracked the 2K mark, man. We got 53 backers. That's awesome. 50 freaking 3. We're halfway to 100. We're trickling. We're like that Chinese water torture with like a drop at a time. We get a backer at a time. And it's just like, I love it. I love it. This is the part where it can definitely, weigh on you a little bit. But again, we're just going to be positive, stick to positive thinking, positive train of thought. We're already at 2K. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pretend that today I'm launching my campaign and I need a 13K goal, right? So 13%, we're trickling away. But anyway, let's take a little deeper look at the GROM campaign. Here we go. Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, Volume 1, a sci-fi space opera inspired by the always awesome Saturday morning cartoons of the 90s. So the inspiration for Galactic Rodents of Mayhem was pretty much me wanting to write something just fun, straight up fun. And the best thing I could think of for me, and even in comics, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I fell in love, with the comics. I fell in love with the cartoon show growing up. Even the first movie, I adore it. I hold that in high praise, and it's fun, man. They're ninjas, they're teens. They do, they kick butt, fight crime, and they had their issues. And I thought, if I want to recreate something fun and go the whole anthropomorphic route, like I gotta do something like the animal has to you gotta be sold on the animal. And now I get it. Turtles are kind of cool, but at the same time, they're kind of, kind of slow, right? So that's what also made them cool, because they're turtles and they're quick and they're ninjas. And of course, just their defense is unbelievable. So for me, I wanted to tap into that and I wanted to do something different. And discussing with my artist, he suggested capybaras. And, after checking them out and doing some thorough research, I was enamored. I mean, I'm like in love. And so this wouldn't exist without it being capybaras. The charm wouldn't exist without it being capybaras. If you don't know about capybaras, they're the largest rodents in the world. They're like bigger than dogs. They're just cool, okay? And they're social. Like they get along with all types of animals, birds, monkeys, anteaters, turtles, even. Incredible, even crocodile. I seen like a picture of one of them hanging out with a crocodile. So their natural predators are snakes, anacondas, the big ones, vipers, I think. But so snakes are their like natural predator. But so once I learned more about capybaras, I'm like, okay, I want to take this, and instead of focusing so much on like the martial arts ninja aspect of Ninja Turtles, I wanted to take it to like a Star Wars universe, like a place really far, far, far away, and I wanted, that vibe, Guardians of the Galaxy, where you get, something about it, like this deep space, like sci-fi odyssey is like what I was kind of looking for. Because once I wanted the universe to be fully anthropomorphic, I'm like, I think we got something here. And the capybaras are so cool. They were fun to write. Like if it wasn't for that, being capybaras and what I learned about them, they're semi-aquatic. They're just cool. And I'm like, it's as simple as that. I'm gonna write about these guys. So here we go. Here's our capybara cast, and we have Bash, bounty hunter and combat specialist, seeker of justice, bringer of truth. He loves hard and fights harder. Grit and sacrifice course the lifeblood running underneath his fur. A true capybara of action. Fun fact, never saw anything that scared him. Now, again, we're keeping this fact in line with everything before, what would be constituted as volume 1. So if we're able to fund this, that he truly never saw anything that scared him. Volume 1, that's been held up. We'll see how things unfold in volume 1. All right, so here's our second capybara. We got Mona Lisa. Occupation, bounty hunter and hacker extraordinaire. The beauty, the brains, the wielder of an unruly blade. Her rudeness at times knows no bounds, just like her proficiency in the realm of gadgetry and digital tech. She is the order and the discipline within her capybara brethren. Fun fact, she loves slicing and dicing metal stuff. And she does. Mona Lisa, I love her character so much. She is the beauty, she is the brains, and she is the wielder of an unruly blade. She is attitude. She is intelligence. She just carries an aura about her. I love her. And I had so much fun writing her. And we have some cool scenes in the book where we throw everything out there. She's just amazing. Now, Ripple, he's a hairline above. It's hard for me because, again, I grew with these characters because writing that, 104-page, book, the script, I got close to these guys. I got close to each and every one of them, their pain, their joy. I fought with them, I battled alongside them, and, I even, cried when they cried. But for some reason, I don't know why, like Ripple to me is just a little bit, okay, just a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be my favorite. It's hard for me to call a fave when they're all your children, right? So you didn't hear that. Guys, you didn't hear that. Let's talk about Ripple. Occupation, bounty hunter, and Digiblade fighter pilot, right? Ace of all trades, joker of none, unexpected daredevil savior, the Zen master of spaceflight, mellow spirit, hard-boiled resolve, wildest of wild cards, the furry embodiment of cappy badassery. Fun fact, he wants to be an intergalactic rock star. He's just badass. He's the pilot, the wildest of wild cards, the furry embodiment of cappy badassery. I don't know. I love this guy. He has attitude. He's mellow. He's everything. He's just everything. So he's a special dude, the Ripple. And he'll be piloting the Burning Rose, a.k.a. Rosie. She is our Millennium Falcon. All right. This thing has a battering ram blade at the tip. So if you ever want to see a spaceship with a battering ram, guess what? We got it. It flies in deep space, can hit quantum drive, and can also seamlessly, go from that to seamless deep sea navigation as well, right? It's just effortless, right? Just transitional real quick. There's a lot of cool little stuff with Burning Rose, with Rosie, in the book. We definitely explore that. And we got a 3-page story pitch here that I'm kind of like, I'm pitching this to you guys pretty much. I've pitched comics before to companies, to Image, which was cool to get a response from Eric S. I guess, I don't know. I think they say, like, if they contact you, they like you within a certain amount of time. If they don't, consider yourself rejected. But to get something from him that says, hey, we sorry, but, like, that was cool. I pitched to Dark Horse Comics. I've pitched to some of the smaller ones. I didn't pitch Galactic Rodents and Mayhem. That I did not pitch. Okay, but I have pitched stuff in the past. I pitched Lair is where I got a response from Eric S. I pitched I think I pitched Lair like the first couple of pages to Dark Horse. I didn't give him the whole book. Maybe that's something I should try to do. But again, I'm just, I tried, but I figure let me do something different and create like a 3-page pitch to the community, right? To the comic book community, and see if you guys see, so you guys get a feel of the story, right? You guys see if you like what you are seeing. And if you do, then you kind of could understand, okay, so this is going to be the essence of what we're seeing here, but across 104 pages. So imagine you're not restricted to 3 pages, and now we got a bigger arc to play with. So here's this breathtaking cover. That's a beauty, man. Look with the logo. It's just something really, really awesome. And it's like when you see something like this, it's like, yo, man, we got something good. So originally we had another cover that we were going to go with. It was more retro. And I wanted to have a more powerful image for our campaign. And I'm like, Sebastian, let's do something different. And, let's focus more on the team, but still show, deep space, still show that it's kind of Star Warsy, and that's where, he has the background. We see the burning roads. We see like dodging some fire here. You're probably wondering who's piloting that. You'll see some cool stuff in the book that could answer that. But again, we have our characters here, Mona Lisa, Ripple, and Bash, and they just come to life. It's just it's like eye popping, man. It's like this neon type punch that it's going to be all over the book. There's going to be 104 pages of this. So guys, if you're on the fence, man, trust me, this book will get made if it gets funded, and we got a lot for this. Like seriously, you're getting in on the ground floor of a new comic book franchise, because I want to treat this as you would treat, like a Star Wars, as you would treat like a Game of Thrones, so to speak, where you have a story, you want to keep it going, but if you come to a conclusion, you want to nip everything in the bud in a way that makes the readers feel like they haven't been slapped in the face with nonsense, right? So this is my baby right here. This is Sebastian's baby. This is our baby. This is even Tiago's baby. He does a color on this. This is even our letterer Davison baby. This is all our hard work into this project, and we have a lot planned. Like I didn't pitch this at all, because I don't want to pitch it. I'm being honest. I want to pitch it to you guys. So yeah, it's an Indiegogo. That's why I'm pitching it. This is for Indiegogo. It's for the crowdfunders. This is why I'm pitching it. So when I came up with the idea, I said I want to do something that's kind of like Ninja Turtle-esque, as far as where you see the cast really cool. You have like a cool, backdrop, like a city backdrop, and then make it galactic, where you could show like it's it's set in a faraway place. And then I wanted to throw a little homage to the Ninja Turtles. So of course I got my little manhole, lid right here in the back. Of course, anything could be, that doesn't necessarily scream Ninja Turtles, but it's a subtle reference that I wanted to throw in there. Using artistic license very creatively, just showing, hey, there's a little nod to the Ninja Turtles. So it's a passion project. Our logo, the original logo we had, if you guys are able to find it, it was literally it was literally stolen. Like the dude that I hired to do this, he was a great dude and everything, but I guess he was running short of time, or maybe subconsciously literally copy pasted the head of just a rat. It wasn't a capybara. And then because of that, which he did the letters here, which are amazing. But then we just added, Sebastian added a capybara head, and then that was it. That's all she wrote. And so here's this taking a look at the first page pitch. You have the burning rose. We have an auction, and they're just talking about that the burning rose is just one of a kind, man. It's literally one of a kind, meaning it's the only ship of its existence. It's not like, mass produced. It's like, no, it's one ship, and they got some really cool features. And they're like the seedy place. All these seedy individuals. Well, they're taking bids. Everyone's taking bids on the Rosie. And of course, we got our galactic rodents of mayhem here, and just introducing a little bit about them, and how sometimes you gotta do a little bad things, in the name of good, and so pretty much they end up, hijacking in a way the auction and stealing, the burning rose, and they do it in a cool way. You guys, when you check it out, you can read it. I'm not going to read through the whole thing just so you guys could see it. But again, it just captures, the characters and everything. And I love how we just close out here, with the burning rose through the roof, man. It's like so much for caring about the, not, messing it up or whatever. It just, dude, it's like it's like you get a Ferrari, right? It's like Sebastian said. It's like imagine a Ferrari, you wouldn't like drive it out by smashing it, through the garage fence, or through the garage door. Like, you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't do that to a Lamborghini Ferrari. You just wouldn't. And so that was just funny. And then here we close out with the logo. Now here was that retro cover that I was talking about, which is a powerful cover in its own right. And it's really retro, and it definitely harkens back to the 90s cartoons, the 80s Saturday morning cartoons. And that's another thing that I want to capture, because they were also fun and they're also cool. And you always felt like you were on a journey. Like Saturday, you wake up, you just lost for 2 or 3 hours. You hated when the commercials came, but you were just there, sit down, which, just like cozy up and just get lost in escapism of the most fun kind. But now, even though I kind of like to say we're going to get the fun back in comics, I do have a dark story here. It's gritty, because I feel like Star Wars lost its grit. So, I kind of like, there's going to be references of everything in here. You're going to have video game references. You're going to have other anthropomorphic, comic book references, video game references. Like, it's just, you're going to see it here in a subtle way. So it's going to be a fun book, man. And here we got a little pinup of Mona Lisa, done by Miss Sashi. And I just wanted to show a different side of even Mona Lisa, like as a femme fatale with her little digital glove, showing, the burning rose. And this is just another breathtaking piece. So, again, we got stretch goals, buttons, bookmarks. We start off with the essentials, before we start moving into like some hefty stuff, if we can get it, which would be cool. Like I said, go big or go home. I'm going big, man. I'm not going home. I'm leaving it to you guys. I'm putting it out there, and it's up to me. And guys, if you can help just with the reach, if you know someone that would think this is cool at work, shoot them an email, send them the link. If you know someone that shoot them a text, send them the link. Like, guys, word of mouth it helps me so much. And as it's like a one-person marketing machine, it gets exhausting. Like, I tap into Twitter mostly, and there's a lot of interaction there, which is good. But then you got Instagram, and that's its own thing that you got to have a strategy for. And then Facebook is another thing. It's just like, oh man, it's like, it's so hard to be personable on each platform. And it's like, I feel like so many missed connections. Reddit as well. I'm putting some, like, I'm trying everything. Some podcasts will be cool. Hopefully I can connect with some, just to extend the reach, because a lot of people don't even know this thing exists. And there's people that probably would back it just on the capybara coolness alone, right? Just on the fact that it's like a fairy tale, right? It's just like that. When I went to the Tampa Bay Comic-Con convention, I'll kid you not, that was my first convention. And people were just pointing, Galactic Road. It's, oh my God, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. But I didn't have no book to say, hey, well, get the book. Well, I had like a poster at the time, a small poster. So again, it's part of the struggle, right? But it's also part of the adventure, and part of what makes this special. And you guys that back me are part of this journey, because this is a team effort, and the community is part of that team. Now, if you watch sports, what good is a team without the fans? I mean, if you don't got people cheering for you, you don't have no inspiration. It's just hard. That's why home court advantage counts, because when you got people cheering, you screaming, the adrenaline, you're amped. So if this funds, I'm going to be amped till I get this done. I wrote the script, so I'm 100% sold on what I got. But now it's going to be into pushing the stretch goals to give you guys more. And that's what I want to do, because it's a great book, man. And like I said, I want this to be a franchise. When I say it's kind of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, I also mean how the origins of the Ninja Turtle came about with Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, these two guys that, went out of the mainstream and created their book. That's what I want to do. Like, I want to, this is the one that where, like, I want to keep on producing stories for in some way or another. I already got an idea for the first 3 volumes. I already have that, like that trilogy set. But after that, I got a direction for like the next book, which is cool considering the universe that I'm creating. And you guys are going to fall in love. I know it. I have no doubt about it. But again, it's just a matter of getting this to the eyes that can see it. So again, I'm just going to leave it here because again, there's a couple cool rewards. I'll try to do that in the next video. Just so I don't just clog up just so much time of me just talking in this monotone voice, that you guys so absolutely love. But real quick, here's the overview. Gilbert Deltrez. I did Under the Flesh. That's my first web comic. If you go to undertheflesh.com, you'll see it. And again, it is something cool. That was my first foray into comic books and crowdfunding. And you better believe that story is not through. I'm coming back for that one with a vengeance. So my fleshers out there, best believe that you guys have not been abandoned or forgotten. Also Lair, which was my first completed work, Pistoleta, my second completed work, and now I'm working on my third completed work with GROM, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, and I ended in a way where I leave things open. So if for some reason I can't complete volume 2 for whatever reason, it ends in a way where there's closure and they could keep on going. And guess what? The idea is to keep this bad boy going. So real quick, just as I said, getting on the ground floor of this new comic book franchise. We're not saying it's the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you never know. Galactic Rodents of Mayhem is an off-the-rails, edge-of-your-seat, deep space sci-fi adventure featuring your favorite capybara bounty hunters. Tag along with Bash, Ripple, and Mona Lisa on their latest thrill ride yet. These cappies don't play. They're for real. I got those some fur puns in there. And then again, once upon a faraway galaxy, because I wanted to throw a little homage again to Star Wars because there is a lot of in that in here, and you'll see it in a way that's fresh, right? So I know it's like once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away. So like I don't want to do that. So I'm like once upon a faraway galaxy. So the idea is when we print this, like the opening page, I want to have all this as like a page with all the opening, that opening crawl kind of in text form when we do the book as a credit page. But again, you can check this out. It has an awesome symphonic track. And guys, I don't know if you know, whoever doesn't know, we got a theme song, man. We got a theme song. I'm not going to play it because I'm just going to start jamming out. It's badass. Trust me when I tell you. It's a power anthem inspired by the 80s and 90s nostalgia that we just so love. That's like a high sometimes. It's like I love getting addicted to nostalgia. It's the best. Stranger Things did great for themselves in that regard and spinning out a fresh story. So again, the soundtrack was done by Zalin Talis, a dude I hooked up on Twitter. He did a soundtrack for Lair. And before I did this project, I'm like, no, this one needs a soundtrack. This one needs not a soundtrack, a theme song. We got to build our way to the soundtrack. That's a stretch goal. And he also did a symphonic track, and they're both incredible, man. Trust me when I tell you. Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, guys, will be something special, and it could only be possible with you. So please share, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't have many subscribers just because I don't push that hard on YouTube. I just don't. It's another thing that takes a lot of time. And, as a husband, as a father, and then at the school where I work, I do a lot of mentoring and stuff. It could get overwhelming to just sit down and just yap away on YouTube and then edit and all that. So I just do my live stuff and I just talk. And if I slip up, I'm a human being. Forgive me. So 2,000, we cracked it. We're 13%. We got a 15,000 goal. And we're just slowly chipping away. We're just chipping away. We're just hacking that wood. We got that axe, and we're just hacking that wood. We're just hacking that wood. And hopefully soon we can say, timber. And then after that, we look at that stretch goal tree, and we just try to hack away as much as we can. We just hack away. Anyway, guys, that's day 2 of the GROM campaign. And I'll be here tomorrow for day 3. I'm just going to catalog every single day as like a journal of sorts, just so I could, just for me to just hear back how things progressed. I think it'll be fun. And be there for the next one, guys, please. Take care.